All right, pre-show shenanigans, guys. If you thought the aliens from a couple of weeks ago was something serious, we have major confirmation right here. The aliens are here, right, Everett? Right? Isn't that what we're going pre-show?
It was not what I was planning on, but
Oh,
I mean, well, you weren't supposed to tell them that because we're not. That's an NDA we signed. Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully, I remember to cut that one out. Probably not, but hopefully,
Yeah.
I remember.
Stop with the cringy stuff. All right. This is where we're going. This was what the pre-show actually was. This is a tweet that I found from the other week. All right. I meant it for the previous episodes pre-show.
But
which
Michigan was cheating, so I mean,
no, we were talking about skiing. That was the pre-show.
I think we cut that pre-show.
No, the skiing part was still there. The other part of the pre-show was not there.
Yeah, we won't bring up what that other pre-show was.
It's getting hidden. It's gone.
That's in the vault. Yeah.
Yeah. But this quote is: have you ever realized how surreal reading a book actually is? You stare at marked slices of trees for hours, just hallucinating just balls, tripping balls.
Yeah. Yeah. If you really think about it, reading a book is just getting high in an intellectual manner. It's the socially accepted way of what's the word I'm looking for? Like going to that next level, like transcending to the next level, elevating to that next level of I don't know,
cognition.
Yeah, like going to for example, like when people explain the difference between like the second, third, and fourth dimension, like that thought process. I think the best way for us to understand it is like pretend that you're an ant right now. Think of that as like the second dimension. Whereas
being an ant.
Pretend you're an ant and you're just with what are they called? Ant tribes, ant colonies?
Ant tribes.
What are they called?
Ant tribes.
Ant farm, but like
sure. See, now you're bringing back other memories
farm.
from like the Disney TV show. Like that was another thing.
Also, mid show Ant Farm, in my opinion. Maybe that sparks a new pre-show debate. Okay, let's rank all the Disney shows. This was it.
All right, okay, that's fine with me. Let's do it.
All right, we know what number one is, right? Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, right?
On Deck or the original Sweet Life?
I'm going to say the original.
I would throw it on Deck just because I watched that one more.
Yeah, that was a little more. I am just thinking though, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody in the hotel was peak.
Oh, fire.
Like okay. Actually, now that you bring this up, this was not planned. I remember you having a tweet saying this is a disaster.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
When you said this is a disaster, when I saw that tweet, I immediately read in my head in the Esteban voice, this is a disaster. Immediately, I am now like
not Jersey Jerry.
No, that's this is a catastrophe.
Catastrophe. Yeah. Close though. Close.
But yeah, like I'm now thinking Sweet Life's gotta be one. Wizards 2.
Lilo and Stitch 2? Up there. And so is Phineas and Ferb.
I wasn't even thinking animated. Holy shit. I wasn't even
they're all I mean, we could I feel like animated, that's gotta be its own thing. We can't include that. That's not fair.
We're talking live action. Okay, Hannah Montana, where is it? Because I mean, it's not like we were personally like watching it that much, but if we're just going to talk about cultural importance,
yeah,
is that arguably number one? Just because
of Miley Cyrus? No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Shit, that was the most disrespectful thing I've ever said.
Don't do that.
No, that's on me. That's
Whoa.
On me. Wait. I'm sorry. I just realized, Everett, you know who the most successful Disney Channel star is as a musician now, right? It's not even close.
Drake.
He was Nickelodeon, but I like how you're thinking. It's Olivia Rodrigo.
Damn.
We never saw it.
Yeah,
we never watched that, but it is her.
I would say, all right. Honestly, I put Hannah Montana. Hannah Montana's behind Austin and Ally. It's behind Jesse, all right.
Did
Jesse
not even
slapped.
think, oh, Austin Alley, banger.
Banger.
I mean, come on, guys.
You want to talk about a real banger? Good luck, Charlie. All right.
Oh, damn it. I just saw a clip over the weekend. So Gabe, also USC grad.
Oh, I did
Gabe.
see that. Yeah, I saw this.
He does a cooking show with Bob Duncan. I don't know the actor's real.
Yeah, I don't know his name
in real life. But it's Bob and Gabe, and they had Charlie on. They had Charlie on the show, which, based on that reaction, like genuinely, I don't think Bob had seen Charlie.
No, he legitimately had not.
I did remember one part there where Gabe was saying, like, "Oh wow, you never gave me this reaction when we saw each other for the first time in years." Damn, but seeing that, you know, warm place in my heart. Warm place in my heart just seeing that.
Yeah, the last thing I'm gonna throw out is kicking it slap too.
That was Disney, correct? Not
yes.
Nickelodeon. Yeah, okay.
Disney XD. I don't really know if there's a difference, but
yeah, those count. Like the other Disney XD is Zeke and Luther. I don't actually have a vivid memory of the show. I just remember
one of those two got arrested. Like, I don't remember which one it was, but one of Zeke. I think it was on Luther.
Brand with Disney Channel.
I think it was Luther.
Damn it, Luther!
I think he got arrested for home robbery.
Oh, gee.
The dude from the same guy who's in Lemonade Mouth. That dude.
Yes,
the redhead
I know.
Guy. Yeah,
I know exactly who you're talking about. He's a rapper, actually.
That makes sense. You know what? That would add up.
I'm now just thinking about all those Disney Channel movies and shows. It is hilarious thinking about it. Oh, wait. Okay, Drake's definitely the biggest. Anything. Forget even just musician. Well, I guess all Disney / Nickelodeon actors essentially become musicians. But Drake's definitely number one. Ariana Grande's the firm two, correct?
Oh, I would debate with Selena though.
I was thinking Selena. Olivia Rodrigo's not there yet, but
you're gonna get murdered by like.
I'm getting destroyed no matter what here. Oh, it ranges above 16. People older than me will roast me for this take, but
I don't like that.
I think I'm
Jonas Brothers.
Oh yeah, I guess. Oh shit.
Demi Lovato.
Forgot about her. Wow.
Selena Gomez. Victoria Justice.
I mean, Drake's got to be one.
Big Time Rush.
Oh! Dude, I mean, Big Time Rush was a goated show.
Bangers.
Show. Gustavo is so funny. Gustavo is so funny on that show. But okay, enough of the debate. Enough of the debate.
That's gonna have to be a new pre-show. That all started with episode.
Reading, guys. We went from reading to that. So
yeah, that will have to be a pre-show for another episode because we need to get started.
Yeah, you don't even want to hear my opinions on language. Okay, you don't even want to get me to there and the whole symbolism.
All right, we're not going into syntax today.
Too much, but okay, all right. Enough of that. Wait, sorry. There's somebody mowing the lawn outside, even though there aren't lawns nearby where I live. So just give me a quick second. Yeah, no, there's a guy. I can't make this up. There's a guy mowing about like an 8x6 patch of grass.
Can you move the camera so we can see him?
Maybe this works. I don't know. Oh no, nope. Not even gonna try. You guys are gonna have to take my word on that. All right. Okay. Enough of that. We tried. Didn't. Sorry. Okay. Wait. Let me reposition a little too high. There we go. That's perfect. Right. Yeah. All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Happy Halloween, everybody. We're recording this day early, but it is Halloween today. And you know what? I was going to wear my Halloween outfit, but I decided we're doing a change up. Okay. I was a Michigan Scout over the weekend. Don't ask me how I got Michigan gear. I won't no comment. But I'm going to switch it up. I will be Angel Hernandez on actual Halloween. Got a walker, found an MLB ref shirt, and I don't have an MLB hat, but I'm going to just take going basic, going throwback, make your own costume. I just have a plain black hat. I'm going to tape on an MLB logo.
Yeah, that works.
Angel
That
Hernandez.
works.
Yeah. And then I have a
that
walker
works.
and then sunglasses because I'm blind,
Oh,
Can't
yeah,
forget
yeah,
that
yeah.
part. That's the key.
You'll have
detail.
to. I mean,
That's
people are just going to think that you're just
clutch.
making a general statement because basically
Yeah.
every ref is blind. But
yeah, now that I think, damn.
can you
I
get like
know
the big
umpires-
chest plate?
Yeah. I was gonna say I know umpires. They don't have their names, but each umpire has a number. But people won't understand. Like people won't. So damn, it's gonna be a little tough.
Yeah,
Shit,
you
I might
should
just be a
dress up for the
Michigan
next
scout.
episode.
You don't need to describe the Michigan Scouts. Pretty self-explanatory there.
You could also dress up as the unnamed intern, though. That is
potentially.
I mean, he
think
does
about
have pretty distinctive
I'll spin a
outfits.
wheel. I'll spin a wheel to decide. I'll spin a wheel.
Okay.
How about that? Let's meet in the middle.
But breaking to tradition today. Grant typically gives a breakdown of the episode.
What?
And what's
Who
in the
did
episode?
Is Jameis
breaking tradition today?
Go on. I think.
Instead of Grant giving out the typical, list of things that are in the episode, I'm starting today with a tribute to Kirk.
I now see where this is going. I am seeing the rumors though that Vikings and Saints.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. We'll get to that.
Okay.
But this is all improvised. Let's clarify that. All right. This is I don't know how long or short this is going to be, but bear with me as I thank Kirk Cousins for his service.
I'm labeling this as intro, by the way.
Yeah. Kirk, this is a message to you, buddy. I just want to personally thank you for the 4 or 5 seasons that you've given to the Vikings franchise, that you have played every single game that you physically possibly could, taking us to the playoffs, beating the Saints in New Orleans. Thank you for that one. That'll be a memory I always cherish. Having one of the best wide receivers that the Vikings have ever had and developing him into being that wide receiver, being a fan favorite quarterback in the Netflix documentary, making everybody still fall in love with you, even though people consistently still shit on you for proving the haters wrong on your ability to win primetime games. Because let's be honest, we all know you can and you have. All right. To taking the Vikings the direction they should have. They should have always been in, and being the leader that the locker room always needed, being the glue that the team needed in times where things were relatively unknown and inconsistent between coaches and GMs. You were the consistent factor there. There has not been a quarterback that we have had that's been an Iron Man like you have and has played the way that you have. Statistically, obviously, you're not the best quarterback in Vikings history. You didn't get a chance to set that record, but if you had gotten to play, you probably would have. You would have been able to take over Fran Tarkenton. This was going to be your season. This was going to be the MVP season for you. This was going to be the greatest season that you would have ever played. And I'm sorry that got taken away from you. But the Vikings franchise, the Vikings fans will always be behind you, no matter how different things have been in the past, no matter what idiots say that the Vikings would be better off without you. They're going to see how wrong they are. And if this was your last week, your last game playing in a Vikings uniform, starting in a Vikings uniform, I just want to say thank you. We will always cherish the memories that we have had. And I really hope that you'll come back for one more season, but you gave stability to a Vikings team, to a position in the Vikings that has never really been there and has never really happened before. And to that, I want to just say thank you.
That was beautiful, Everett. And I'm actually not even trying to be a little sarcastic here. Kirk Cousins is a guy where, me included, I've liked to poke fun at Kirk. I like seeing, the little primetime jokes. I find it quite humorous to me. But one thing about Kirk Cousins, as you know, forget the quarterback Kirk, but let's talk about the person Kirk. When I saw him after tearing his Achilles, and that's one injury where you see it on his face, you saw it on Rodgers' face after it happened, you saw it on Kobe's face, you saw it on KD's face. They all know right away what's in store for them and the road to recovery that they're about to face. All of those players when it happened immediately, but you see those players and how they respond, how they react. You see Kobe go back out there, shoot his free throws. Okay. You see Kirk sit there, obviously can't go back and play, but you see him getting carted off, cheering on Jaren Hall, clapping up the offense. You know, at the end of the day, when he was getting hurt going out, his only thought was winning that game. That was the only thing on his mind right there. And that to me is, you know, a testament to the character of Kirk Cousins. That's a guy where, yeah, you do want him to be your quarterback. He is that leader in the clubhouse, the locker room. He is one of those guys that you can rely on. You know, he holds himself accountable, holds others to be accountable. And that's a guy that, yes, you do want him leading your franchise. And so I'm just saying, a couple weeks ago, Everett, a couple weeks ago, when Jets fans were out here like praying for Kirk to come, other fan bases essentially being like, oh, well, I mean, Vikings are done. They'll just give us Kirk. Now, when those were all going on, I still remember you saying, no, we're not getting rid of Kirk. He doesn't want to leave. He has a no trade clause. He'll need to waive that anyway. There's so many pieces involved to trade him. But obviously, this is essentially the worst possible outcome right here. Tearing your Achilles at age 35. Awful. Just so bad. Taking the team right back to 500 too. But Kirk, you hate to see it. You hate to see it for anybody. Despite him being a franchise quarterback, your quarterback, you hate to see it for anybody. But still, it's a sad way to go out. It's awful. I'm not shutting the door yet. I thought Rodgers, the career was done. He proved me wrong in about 12 hours after I said that. So I'm not ruling this out. I'm not saying the career's over. Kirk does not seem like a guy who wants to go out like that. I don't think that's how he wants to look back on in 5 years, 10 years, as that was my last NFL game. I don't
No,
think he's
I mean,
that.
sounds like Kirk's gonna stick around. Obviously, he'll be on the field. Maybe he'll have his helmet on like he did in the preseason with no pads. Like that's a Kirk Cousins thing to do. Obviously, though, it is difficult when you're on a
that would actually make me tear up and cry if he was on the sideline the next game wearing his helmet. I think I might just start bawling my eyes out.
He's on a 1-year contract. It makes it really difficult being 35, coming off an Achilles injury, and obviously the Vikings, no matter what, now have to draft a quarterback this next year. Like that's just gonna, you know, you're not gonna get. There's no quarterback entering free agency that's gonna be like what it was for Kirk Cousins entering free agency.
I was about to say trade for Justin, but the Bears won't trade him to you, so it's not an option.
Yeah. So, you know, that's going to have to be the case either way. And I mean, Kirk, I guess technically Kirk is entering free agents, but I'm going to assume most teams are not going to be like, I want him coming off his Achilles injury at 35. I'm hoping the Vikings will sign him. He'll want to sign.
Hey, never underestimate the Giants. Okay. You have no idea what's going on over there.
I'm hoping that he'll want to sign with the Vikings for one season on a lower contract and he can be there. He can start the games and, you know, kind of right off into the sunset, because if it's me, like, I don't know if he's going to want to play in more years than just one more season with an Achilles injury. He might not be back. And it really sucks to see because, you know, he's like never been hurt. Like he's been an Iron Man in the NFL. And, you know,
I'm looking up right now, actually, he in his Vikings career, there's one game
and that was because
that might be the end of the season.
He was benched because it was week 18.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It was in Green Bay. And because of that, by the way, there's been a ongoing since Fran Tarkington, no quarterback has started every game 2 years in a row. And that record has survived Kirk Cousins, the Iron Man of the NFL.
Yeah, so this was year 6 for Kirk in Minnesota, which I'm looking back. Wow. I for 2018 was his first year. That seems so long ago.
And I also just want to say this is a little crazy fact, but Dante Culpepper, You remember him, the Vikings
Yep.
quarterback. Obviously with Chris Carter, Randy Moss. Well, I don't know if Chris Carter was still there, but Randy Moss was there still, right? Week 8, 2005. Dante Culpepper out for the season, October 30th, 2005. 18 years and 1 day from that date, Kirk Cousins tears his Achilles October 29th, 2023, week 8.
I have no comment on that.
And another just weird instance, Teddy Bridgewater's first career start against Atlanta. Jaron Hall's first career start against Atlanta.
Hey, the more things change, Everett, the more they stay the same. Weird coincidences. We have such a weird sport that we like to call football over here. So it's amazing, really. But Kirk Cousins, I mean, awful. Just yeah, no other way around it. So like, you just hate to see that for anybody. But we were discussing earlier some of the other guys to have Achilles injuries. I do feel like when I was thinking off the top of my head, I feel like most athletes we see having a torn Achilles comes more so at the back end of their career. We're looking at the Rodgers, Kobe's, KD's. I was thinking though of guys like Akers. I'm trying to think of another one. Like, is there another like 25 other than Dobbins now, but we'll see when he comes back. But like, is there another like 24 and under athlete torn Achilles and came back? Like I'm trying to think of one other than Akers, and I really cannot think of one.
I'm trying to look it up right now.
It's just this is
Tariq Cohen, Justice Hill, Marlon Mack, James Robinson. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Terrell Suggs, Michael Crabtree. Apparently.
Anyway, my point was it's a very rare injury, it feels like. And you know, obviously Aaron Rodgers doing his new stuff over with the GOAT Ella Trosh, but I mean, we hope for a speedy recovery. We hope, well, you were discussing this, but I hope Kirk's now joining the Achilles rehab center with Aaron and Dobbins.
The main thing is the surgery. He needs the specific
the Ella Trosh
surgery. Yeah. And, you know, it just sucks because this was going to be his like MVP season. And a month from now, he would have been in the MVP conversation, assuming the Vikings schedule was getting easier. They were winning 3-game win streak, pulling ourselves out of a 1-4 deficit, 1-3 deficit. And coming back, no Justin Jefferson, and doing that, by the way, Jordan Addison looking fantastic. Kirk Cousins putting up career numbers in his, 13th season, 12th season. So it just really sucks to see that. But, you know, on a brighter note, Jordan Addison is Jair
very good at football.
Dad.
Oh, that as well. Okay, we can have some fun. Okay, you guys did walk into Lambeau and beat the Packers by 2 scores. So there is, you know, some positive outlook to it. I just want to say, now, I know you, Jair Alexander, you guys have a history. I know you guys have a deep, complicated past. And so I know there's a lot of resentment from your side on Jair, but hearing his comments after the game with some involvement, Jordan Addison, for me, that genuinely angered me. Like, take some accountability. He's
a terrible, he rubs me the wrong way so much because he's all talk and no game. He sucks. I wish we didn't have clips right now for this week, because I wish you could fucking clip that, because Jair Alexander sucks. He is not good. He is not a top 10 corner in the NFL.
I just saw a clip. It's Jair saying like, yeah, it was a fluke performance. And he was like, I wasn't even guarding Jordan. And it literally cuts to him scoring a touchdown on Jair.
On his head. Literally got fucked. And it pisses me off because he got absolutely waxed last year, week 1 by Justin Jefferson. He was like, fluke performance, whatever. Go to week the last 13 or whatever. Yeah. He gets two other dudes helping him cover Justin Jefferson, breaks up a pass and starts gritting and stuff.
So
and he's like, yeah, I told you guys, like, I'd lock him down. I'm like, dude, if you want to lock him down, take him one-on-one. Don't have Darnell Savage fucking trying to help you over the top, okay? If you want to be a lockdown corner, like it pisses me off so much.
Very quick side point. There is nothing funnier than a DB getting absolutely cooked. The receiver drops the ball and
no, that's
like
Jair
nothing's
Alexander.
funnier than that.
That
shit
is
is
the
so
definition
funny.
of Jair Alexander, because all of his success comes on the wide receiver making the issue, not him making a play.
All right, talk that talk on Jair. Yeah, I mean, you guys know I don't have much respect for Louisville players other than Lamar, but yeah, I mean, you guys know my opinion on that. But okay, Everett. Before we fully get into the NFL, we'll get through all the other boring stuff first. So today, 29th sports equinox in history. NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL all on today. And you know what? We're going to start off with a bang with the NBA season back up in full swing. Yeah, we're just kidding. Trick question. We're not talking about the NBA until after the Super Bowl. All right. Well, what the hell? Well, you guys know us. Well, no, we're not talking about the NBA. If you think we're talking about the NHL, you are really in the wrong place. But okay, I do have a real quick thing on the World Series, though, Everett, if you don't mind.
All right.
So D-backs just demolished Rangers in game 2, series tied going back to Arizona. And I want to say this from a casual MLB fan perspective, that the second football season is back, I am done watching the MLB in total, okay? So this is me, okay, from my casual ass perspective. This is a boring World Series, okay? From my casual ass perspective, this is a boring World Series. The Rangers and the Diamondbacks, I got to really check in my head, like, Rangers, wait, I know they're Texas Rangers, but like, where in Texas are they? Dallas? But like, I don't even like really know much of the history with these two franchises or anything. However, my roommate played high school baseball at a very high level. Okay. You went to Corbin Burns' high school, potential Dodgers starter. We'll see. Hopefully Freeman gets on the phone. But hearing what he thinks of this series has changed my perspective of the sport, because he's not necessarily an MLB fan, but a baseball fan of the sport more so. And so in his opinion, he's watched almost every single playoff game this year. And in his perspective, the D-backs and the Rangers are the two teams that deserve to be here right now. They respond when they get punched in the mouth. That's the term I like to use. When they go down early, the game's not over. They still hit. The lineup still hitting, okay? So for them, it is truly a 9-inning ball game. And from his perspective, this is not a boring World Series. If you're looking at from the team perspective, sure. But if we look at these players, how they're playing, this is extremely exciting. Both teams were not expected to be here. If we think about the Rangers, Everett, now the Rangers ace right now is Eovaldi. It was supposed to be that guy, Jacob deGrom, if you remember. He's out. Scherzer is technically pitching, but he's not fully healthy right now.
Yeah.
And so the Rangers have like stumbled their way in. Like they should not be here right now.
They have looked great.
Really shouldn't be.
I'm not going to lie though, with the Rangers. The Rangers lineup has been great. I wouldn't say they don't deserve to be there. They're a surprise. I would say that.
Yes. It's just, you wouldn't expect that considering their aces go out, that you're like, maybe the stars aren't aligning.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different than when the Dodgers aces go out, because they still kind of have pitchers.
Yes, I didn't want to talk too much about our team, but I do remember us in like August, and they're like, all right, or in September, like, all right, if you were going to tell me Walker won't pitch this year, Julio's going to never pitch again after September, and Dustin May's out and Gonsolin out, I would have been like, so we're not winning the division. Like, if you told me that before the season, I'd be like, wait, you're telling me we win 100 games? Like, if you remember, Everett, there was a point in the season where I was like, Everett, we're going to win 100 games this year. Like, it's going to happen. And after a month of us sitting there like, oh shit, this team is yucky. That is one thing, though, I will say. Like, we always have guys to win the divisions. But D-backs Rangers, it's beautiful seeing what's happening. Regardless who ends up winning this series, it's a beautiful sports story for anyone who's just interested in the concept of underdogs coming up and winning.
It's also a lot closer of a series than I thought it was going to be too.
Same.
And that makes me more scared that the Diamondbacks are going to win. But I will say, I got to see a team in the World Series this year. I got to watch them play.
It's true.
In person.
That is correct. So, I mean, D-backs, tough team, tough out. We'll see what ends up happening, but that's just what I want to say in the World Series. Okay, on to college football. Everett. Not really breaking news anymore, but I guess it kind of leaked this morning, technically. But Everett, the Rose Bowl between Colorado and UCLA, Colorado players had a bit of a security issue. Apparently, while they were in the game, now I don't know. I'm gonna guess this happened during the second half, because at halftime, they hadn't said anything. Yeah, they probably would have been aware if their stuff got swiped at halftime. But Everett, jewelry was stolen from the Colorado players during their game at UCLA. So Everett.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was my cue. Yeah. Shedeur can't do the Shedeur. They stopped Shedeur from doing the Shedeur.
Shedeur didn't even have the chance to do the Shedeur if they won that game.
I mean, the Shedeur doing the Shedeur makes such a difference in the game that
such a difference.
UCLA had to hire people to go rob the Colorado Buffaloes locker room.
So Shedeur can't do Shedeur. Sign stealing's its whole thing. Okay, that's a whole budget. But the more important budget is stealing the other players' stuff. That's how you really get under their skin. That's how you really throw them off their game plan. If you just take their watches, take their rollies. That's how you really, really beat a Colorado Buffaloes team. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds kind of accurate for a Deion Sanders team. From everything Deion said, he's got his Louis. So did Deion's Louis get stolen?
Did not confirm that. Let me do some more research. I will get back to you on that. No confirmation there. I just want to say, though, it is quite fitting, though, quick side tangent, that immediately after the game, Deion was asked about the struggles from his offensive line, and he said something along the lines of, simple as this, we need new linemen. We didn't get the right guys. Like, that's what he was saying. And not even 48 hours after that, a top JUCO offensive tackle transfer has committed to Colorado now. So, hey, the recruiting pitch, in a way, it works for some. It works for some people, okay? The whole shitting on your current players, for some people, they like that. So, hey, I'm not the college football coach. I don't know how awful of a move that truly was by Deion. But we'll see. I will say, though, it is. I don't even know how that's possible to steal their stuff at the I honestly don't even know how is there no security there?
How there's no security by the locker room. People can just get in. Like, maybe it's like cleaning staff or something. But I honestly, I feel like one of the only ways for it to make sense is that it is an inside job.
Deion swiped their stuff.
I mean, they could do that to teach them a lesson, be like, hey,
no, actually, I'm actually trying to think, this is not about this.
We're losing games, and we're showing off Rolexes and jewelry that costs thousands of dollars. This is not what football is about. All right. Until we win, y'all don't get your shit back.
And if I was a player, my only comeback to Deion, if that's true, is, coach, you said it yourself. Look good, feel good, play good, they pay good, coach. So we're just trying to feel and look good right now. So that's a comeback. That's a comeback you could have. And Deion is like, shit, you got a point. Shit. Deion won't contest you on that one. But hey, that's the only avenue I can see out of this. That's the only, if you're a current player and that did get swiped and it was an inside job. But I'm just gonna assume I'm going to
It was not.
that it wasn't, but I like your thought process. That would actually be the best way to send a message to the team. If I were Dion,
Just
swipe all
steal
their
their
jewelry
shit.
and send a message. You're not getting this back until we start winning. That would send the message quite clear to everybody. But okay. Last little college football stuff I wanted to say. Got some interesting stuff on the Ohio State defense that I don't necessarily want to dive into. But one thing I just want to say, Trevion Henderson has arrived, Everett. He had 28 carries for nearly for 207 yards of the 407 total yards of offense.
Wow.
I believe that was the first time in his career he's had over 20 carries. I could be wrong, but I think that was. Oh God. But Trevion, we're seeing slight improvement from the Ohio State run offense, but we need to see some more over there. Kyle McCord, no comment. No comment after that game. Zero comment. All I got to say, I don't know where this offense would be without Maserati. Without Maserati Marv, I have no idea where. That's all I got to say.
Right before you do these Heisman rankings, I'm going to use the bathroom when you do that, by the way. But I did see this, which I was thinking about actually after you told me this before the show started, about Clayton Tune being the starter instead of Josh Dobbs and that he was benched. I have seen that it could just be the Vikings are trading for Josh Dobbs. Just a possibility. But go ahead with your Heisman rankings. I will be right back.
All right. Okay. All right. College football. We're gonna start off with the team rankings. I've got these up on the TikTok already, but we're gonna start off with the team rankings. Gonna go 10-1 this time. Actually, yeah, 10-1. This is technically the first playoff announcement, so we're gonna go 10-1 here. Penn State, Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, Oregon, Washington, Florida State, Georgia, Ohio State, and the Cheaters. I want to explain some thought process here behind my selection and ranking. So, for the most part, I want to start off with this. If you beat a team already in the season, you're ranked ahead. Okay. For the most part, well, actually, in this list, every single team who is matched up with the others, they're ranked ahead of the others. So, the results on the field have to matter, guys. What you do on the field needs to matter. And also for the 1 through 5, although I don't think Washington has played like a top 5 team in college football over the past 2 weeks, they are undefeated. They have a win over Oregon, who's my number 6 team right now. So yes, they're still at number 5. I'm not going to drop them. When it gets to Oregon, Oklahoma, Texas, Alabama, though, if I were to just take those teams and just rank off the top of my head how good I think they actually are, I would not have Oklahoma ahead of Texas and Alabama. I believe if Oklahoma and Texas rematch in the Big 12 championship game, that Texas would win. Also, I believe if Texas and Alabama, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. But in terms of my personal rankings, I don't think Oklahoma is better than Texas and Alabama, but Oklahoma beat Texas. Texas beat Alabama. I can't put Texas above Oklahoma. I can't do that. I can't put Alabama above Texas. I can't do that. But when it comes to the 1 through 5, all the undefeated teams, that is where, yes, now the performance on the field does carry some weight, in my opinion. That's why I still have Michigan at number 1. But if we were going off resume, Ohio State should be number 1. I personally, as a man who's watched every snap of Ohio State football this season, I don't think we are playing like the number 1 team in the country. So I don't think we should be the number 1 team. If we're going off resume, sure. But I don't think that's how the committee ranks these. I don't think that's how it should be ranked. I don't think it should purely be off resume. The whole point of the playoff was to get the 4 best teams in, not the 4 most deserving, which has been a big argument. So yes, I have Michigan above Ohio State. I do. Sue me. But those were kind of my.
Whoa. Hold on. It took me a second to process.
Did you hear them all? Oh no.
No, I didn't hear any of them, but
Yeah,
I did hear you say Michigan. Do not refer to them as Michigan. That gives them power.
Okay, sorry. I have the cheaters above us. Okay?
There you go.
And, I understand the cheating puts a little stain on their success thus far. Okay, it changes your perspective on, we need to see what Michigan is like moving forward without the cheating, even though they already have scouts at all the games. Like, the cheating's already been done for the season. They've already done it. Regardless, though, I understand that can change some things. That could change some opinions. But back to that point, I was just saying the cheating's already been done. Like, they're gonna have those signs for the year. Like, that's gonna be a thing. So what you've been seeing from Michigan thus far, it might slightly decrease to a degree, and they will be playing better teams, so it naturally should. But I'm still putting them one. Still putting them one. For my number one team, I'm gonna put who I think is the best team in college football. Not the most deserving.
Grant's putting his pride aside.
Yeah. Me putting them at number one.
Now, did you also do your Heisman rankings yet?
Not yet. About to do those right now.
Okay.
So, yeah, this one we're gonna start from one, work our way down. Bit of a tougher time getting these rankings done, but Michael Penix, JJ McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison, Jordan Travis, Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel, and the list stops right here. Nobody else deserves those 8 through 10 spots. That's the list, just those 7 names. Those are the only people that could win the Heisman as of right now. Unless true college football chaos breaks down, then Carson Beck, you are the 2023 Heisman winner. But yeah, fraud alert for Carson Beck. Never mind. It is just those 7. It is just those 7. Thank you. Thank you, Fire Station.
We do not pay them. Once again, we do not pay them.
Nope.
Grant was actually too scared to go up and talk to them the one time he did see them.
I was so nervous. We don't pay them. We don't contact them. We do not tell them when we're recording. We do not give them any information. That is all them. So yeah, we got to shout them out. But that's what I had on college football update for the Heisman rankings. Really up for grabs though.
Really up for grabs.
It's exciting. It is exciting, this Heisman race. But that's all I on college football, Everett. Unless you got anything else?
I don't have anything else in college football. Actually, no, there is one thing. All right. If you don't know, all right, if you are a new listener, all right, I am associated with Tulane football. Roll fucking wave, okay? I need to hear it out of you. Roll fucking wave.
Oh, okay, roll fucking wave.
Thank you. It's a Tulane podcast. Okay. But last week we played at Rice. Okay. I was there. I was on Rice's sideline. Okay. I was a ball runner. Okay. I had one of the more interesting experiences I've ever had at a football game. Probably one of the sickest experiences actually I've ever had at a football game. Rice has a personal gummy worm distributor on the sideline, to which I got multiple gummy worms from.
Did you run a forensic lab test on the gummies?
No.
Missed opportunity, but go.
It was a missed opportunity, but considering it was just me, I don't know if they'd be willing to do that to me and all of their players, because I came from the same bag. But this guy has a shoulder sling bag, like, the hot dog things that people walk around with at baseball games, is like the giant box. Yeah, so he's got one of those, but it's just filled to the brim with gummy worms. And he dips his hand in the bag.
Does he have a glove on like the other guy?
I don't think so. I think he's raw dog. I think he was raw dogging it.
Even more hard. Okay.
Yeah. But he just walked up and down the sideline. He's like, hey, man. He didn't even say anything. No communication. Just held out his hand with gummy worms in it. Looked at you. You look at him. Take the gummy worms.
Now help me out here. I've seen this trend going around. USC has a gummy worm guy now as well. When did this movement really start? I
don't know who the OG gummy worm guy is. That's the thing.
Okay.
If it is Rice, if Rice is the OG gummy worm guy,
we might have our new hawk.
They doing it right though. They were doing it right.
They got something going on over there. Something's going on over there. Is that in Houston? near Houston?
Yes, it's in Houston.
Houston, we have a problem. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes forward. But I can't. I'm sorry, I can't help but think like, what if the gummy worm guy grabs the wrong back, and now Caleb Williams is, a little out of it for the second half.
Yeah, he was reading too many books. All right.
Yes, thank you. That's our new
Comparison
metaphor for that, like eating a sandwich in How I Met Your Mother. But yeah. Okay, on to NFL though, right?
Okay.
On to NFL. Okay.
Okay.
We'll end off with the flag football stuff. I just want to start off real quick, Everett. Just some fun facts. The Broncos beat Patrick Mahomes for the first time in his career last Sunday. First time in Mahomes' career that he has lost to the Denver Broncos, I believe. Was 18 Mahomes' first year or 17? I think it was 17.
Well, he didn't play his first season.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like starter.
Well, no, actually,
17?
he did play the Broncos. He played the Broncos the first game ever,
week.
the last week of the season.
Okay. But Mahomes might be like,
I think it was 2018.
Now?
I think it was 2018.
11-1 now. I believe it's double digits, but
actually, yeah, it had to be 2018 because 2017 was the Nick Foles year, and I think Jalen Hurts came out the same draft as Patrick Mahomes, or was it one later?
2017's Nick Foles. That might be D Ford offsides. Patriots go to the Super Bowl. Is that it?
Hold on, we're just gonna fact check this. I don't know why we're. I don't know why
I think 17's his first year.
Well, no, because 2017 draft. He was drafted in 2017, which means April 2017, which is the year. So his first season is the 2017 season. And that Super Bowl, that Nick Foles Super Bowl was.
You are correct. 2018 was his rookie year.
It was?
Yes. Or not rookie year, 2018, first year as a starter.
First year, but he played at the end, technically, of. Okay.
Way too much shit there, but you get
too many things going on for us.
He hasn't lost. He's won a lot of games against the Broncos is the point here. And the Broncos finally slayed the dragon. There was that. Cowboys absolutely slaughtered the Rams. I have no idea if the Rams are a good football team or not. To be determined. We'll see. Great Chargers win against Tyson Bagent. Any win is a win. Okay. Any given Sunday. Okay. So all wins are impressive. But Everett, the thing I really want to talk about, Brock Purdy, certified fourth quarter choker. I mean,
or we'll do it like a news headline. Brock Purdy, certified fourth quarter choker, or massive concussion enthusiast.
Yeah, one or the other. Now, I did think it was really funny that for a second, Brock Purdy might have gotten the tush push banned because he had his concussion on the QB sneak. And I was thinking, nothing would be funnier than if a Niners player causes the tush push to get banned by them trying to do the tush push on offense and an injury occurs. So it gets banned. But yeah, Brock Purdy, this is, hey, all I'm saying, Justin Fields is the quarterback at San Francisco 49ers. My God. We'd have to end the league already. I have to shut it down already. However, that did not happen. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, Brock. We'll see what happens. We're still rocking with you, but we'll see.
I mean, I still think, look, we're holding him to a higher standard right now, though, because of what he did last year. Like, this isn't abnormal. Technically, this is his rookie season because he only played, 6 games last year? So the development that we'd be seeing normally from a rookie quarterback in their first season is now what we're seeing from Brock Purdy. Like, you can't hold him to those standards.
We gotta know, did Cincinnati have a boombox pregame? Because if that's the case, then he gets a pass. Then Purdy gets a pass.
Well, you might have to check that one. I am not sure.
Yeah, but Brocky. We would turn this around a little bit. We would turn around a slow October. Didn't go the way we thought.
I just also think, he has played so well to the extent until like a couple weeks ago. And to me, All right, now we're kind of seeing, okay, this team wins when he plays well, doesn't win when he plays bad. And to me, that's kind of a signifier that like the quarterback is an important factor for them, unlike what we thought previously, where you could put any quarterback in and be fine. And with Brock Purdy, though, like I said, he played what, four, 5, 6 games last season, and 2 or 3 of them were in the playoffs. And
no confirmation on that, but yes.
And because of that, like he didn't have like a typical rookie season. So a lot of the mistakes we see from rookies he's making now. And I don't think it's fair to be like, yeah, so now we're gonna bench him. Now he's not gonna be a starter for the 49ers. But or now he's not gonna be the starter for the 49ers of the future. And every quarterback has rough patches, no matter if they're a rookie or not. But also give him a little bit of slack. Like, yeah, he's got all these weapons, but also he hasn't had the same developmental period that rookie quarterbacks had their first season. So a lot of those mistakes are just coming out now, and that's not the end of the world.
My one question there is Brock Purdy. Now, also over these 3 games, he's had his star guys get hurt, go out. So Trent went out for a game. Debo's been out. Now, one thing I'd like, obviously any quarterback, if you're losing your left tackle and one of your best weapons, obviously it's going to be more difficult. However, I just want to say my whole point of this is that Brock Purdy isn't elevating the Niners to their true potential, whatever the hell that means. My whole point is Brock Purdy can steer the ship. Brock Purdy cannot mess up. Brock Purdy, can keep your team in a position to win. I mean, you got McCaffrey just to hand the ball off. How hard is it really? I'm kidding. But it's the turnovers that, oh, shit, Brock. This is the thing. Brock doesn't need to go above and beyond and win the Niners a game. He doesn't need to do that for them to win. However, though, when we've seen Brock mess up now 3 straight weeks, they've lost all 3 times. So
I think that's kind of credence to how important he is to them.
Well, to a degree, but this thing, it's not like Brock is going out there and throwing 400 yards and then also
he is not a Patrick, like he's not that, he's a game manager. He's a Phillip Rivers type quarterback. And by that, or like a Ben, like by that I mean like he's not going to be making spectacular plays like Patrick Mahomes doing. He's standing in the pocket. He's trying to make smart decisions, not throwing interceptions. Okay. And because of that, when you start playing poorly and you're throwing those interceptions, yeah, your team's going to suffer because you're not making up for them. He's not making up for those plays. And the reason why he's so good in that system is because he hasn't been throwing interceptions. He doesn't turn the ball over. And now that he has been doing it, it's not working as well. But it doesn't mean that he's not going to be good for them going forward.
So I'll give some slight pushback on that one. I feel as if, though, Purdy's not going to take the Niners to the next level. That's my whole point.
I also don't know what that.
And if the Niners want to be Jalen Hurts on the Eagles.
But that's what my point is. The style of quarterbacking is much different. Like, yeah, okay, if the 49ers had Lamar Jackson, like that's a completely, like, obviously there are going to be styles of quarterback play and quarterbacks specifically that we're going to say, yeah, they're better than Brock Purdy. Obviously, we'd want to have them on the team because they would take it, they make the team better. But Brock Purdy is not a bad quarterback.
I'm not saying he's awful.
Like the thing is, like,
if he doesn't turn, if he doesn't, he's a top 10 quarterback.
No, but if he doesn't, I mean, until the last couple of weeks, he technically had been. But obviously,
stats say it.
Obviously, he's not the same level of player as Lamar Jackson, as Patrick Mahomes, as Josh Allen.
Lamar's the first name out there.
Because we were talking about it. Right, we've been talking about it when it comes to like running around and like how it would work with the 49ers offense, because we talk about Justin Fields all the time. But
okay, I got to make one point clear. I don't give a shit if the quarterback runs for 1,000 yards in a season. I don't care at all. That's not the reason why I think Justin Fields is dangerous. Okay, I could not care less if he was playing this year and put up like 1,800 rushing yards. I don't care. For me, the thing about mobile quarterbacks is the extending play factor. Kyle Shanahan described it as fail safes in his offense. That's why he wanted Lance over Justin. He described it as an extra fail safe, where he thought Lance made more off-platform sidearm throws at different arm slots, where he thought Lance, if he had a D end in his face, Justin could make that guy miss too, but he thought Lance did a better job at getting that ball out and getting a completion. This is the thing about a Purdy. Now, Mahomes is an unfair comparison. Okay. So we're not going to say that. I'm not going to say Lamar either. It is, though, the slightly mobile quarterbacks. For example, Joe Burrow, we don't look at him as like a runner. Okay. But it's being able to evade quick pass rushers in the pocket, navigate the pocket, step up, and complete busted plays. 3rd and long, you guys are blanketed. You need to quickly scramble, roll out a little bit, impromptu play. That's the thing where Brock Purdy can't bail you out of that.
No,
shit.
but that's what I've been saying. That's what I have been saying. My whole point with Brock Purdy was Brock Purdy is a game manager. He stands in the pocket and he throws the ball. The whole point of Brock Purdy is that he doesn't make mistakes, that he didn't make mistakes. Now he's having growing pains where that's happening. And obviously we're seeing the repercussions, which is why I was saying, okay, hey, like he's not Lamar Jackson. He's not Justin Fields. He's not any of these quarterback Patrick Mahomes who make off schedule plays, who have the ability to go out of the pocket and do crazy throws or go on the run or anything like that. He's not that player. And obviously if the 49ers had that kind of player, that would be better than Brock Purdy. But I don't think it's fair to say Brock Purdy can't take the 49ers to the Super Bowl just because all the players around him, if he's not messing up.
Of course he can. Jimmy Garoppolo took him to the Super Bowl.
So then the next level for them doesn't necessarily change much. If Brock Purdy's not making...
Whoa. Yeah, it does.
If Brock Purdy's not making errors, which is what he was doing last year, he was not making errors last year, which is why he got them all the way to the NFC Championship game and probably would have gotten to the Super Bowl if he didn't tear his UCL. So if that's the case...
I would agree, yes.
If that's the case, then there's not really a next level because that level, like the whole point is to win the Super Bowl, to get to the Super Bowl. That's the top level. And if Brock Purdy gets you there, there's not a higher level than that. You can get a higher level of play, but that doesn't mean the higher level is any, like you're at the cap. Meaning no matter how many players you add or who you have on the team, you might be a better overall team, but you're not getting to the next level because you're at that level already.
I'm very... Well, the Niners haven't won the Super Bowl yet. So,
but what I'm saying is, if Brock Purdy, like what you and I just said, right? If Brock Purdy was healthy, he'd make the Super Bowl. Okay, that's what we said for last season.
Well, I mean, we'd like to think so, yeah.
But that's what we were saying, and that's kind of the top levels, making the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl. So if that's what we're saying,
what I'm saying. Okay, I know. See, so Niners, I think statistically they maybe not had the number 1 offense, but like at worst number 3, correct? Regardless, sure. Let's pretend they had the number 1 offense last year, okay? Let's say they were putting up, I don't know, I'm just guessing. Let's say they averaged 30 points a game, okay, with Brock. I would say no, they can take a further step if they had a better quarterback. That 30 would go up to like 30.
But I'm not saying that Brock Purdy's the best quarterback in the NFL by no margins.
Well, like, my point is that it's just, oh my God, if the Niners did, like, they thought it would be Trey Lance. That obviously.
Yeah, no. If the Niners did have Lamar Jackson, would it be a better offense? Yes. If the Niners
my point is, it's like
have
they do
Justin
have
Fields and Justin Fields is good, would they have a better offense? Yes. No, they can obviously have a better quarterback than Brock Purdy, but my whole point is Brock Purdy is not a bad quarterback. Brock Purdy can do the things that the 49ers need him to do in order for them to win games. The whole issue is that currently he's turning the ball over, and that's the one thing that for him, if he's doing that, they're not going to win because he doesn't make up for the other things. For those quarterbacks who are like, let's say Lamar, right? Lamar could throw an interception, but the next play, he might make an off-schedule play and run for 50 yards. He's making up for it. Brock Purdy, if he starts throwing interceptions in the game, he's not going to make up for it. But he's less likely on average, the way a quarterback, the way that he plays specifically, is more built on not making the mistakes like other quarterbacks might make. And because of that, they can be more lethal because he's just getting the ball into tighter areas. Like, it's just a different style of quarterback.
All my points have been made here.
You and I aren't arguing against each other at all. Like that's kind of the thing. You and I, like, we're both saying the same thing.
Well, what I'm just saying is Niners, they are capped with their ceiling. There's certain ways they can win, and there's certain ways they can't. And I was
but
under
that
the
doesn't mean that they
impression like
can't win the
2
Super
weeks
Bowl.
ago. I'm aware, but I was just saying 2 weeks ago I was under the impression they're the favorite. Got to go through San Fran to win this soupy. Now I don't know who it runs through. I don't. We don't do the rankings anymore, but I couldn't tell you if we don't have a clear cut best team in football right now. So this year, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
No
Okay,
idea.
we've been going on for a minute. We can speculate about anything for the trade deadline that happens tomorrow, but honestly, this season for the NFL is so difficult. It's really difficult to say if there's going to be any big trades. I don't expect the Vikings to do anything, to be honest. I think that with Nick Mullins coming off of IR in a couple weeks and with Jaron Hall there, it really doesn't make sense for them to trade for somebody else. Like you're giving up draft capital for a player who probably doesn't make that big of a difference. Like Jameis Winston is not going to win you more games than Nick Mullins is. Like Jameis is not going to take you into the Super Bowl. Like
it's
not
purely for just like a fun hype factor.
No, yeah. And
like
and like I don't know, Jacoby Brissett like is not going to win you more games. Like I think the Vikings are just going to see what they have in Jaron Hall and Nick Mullins come back. Nick Mullins is going to start. And it's also not the first time that the Vikings have had a quarterback go out with injury on the season and they've had a backup come and play for the rest of the season. Guess what? The last time that happened, the Vikings almost went to the Super Bowl. So I'm I have to be cautiously optimistic and hope that for the best and hope that Jaron Hall plays very well. But we'll see. And we'll see how well Kevin O'Connell schemes him up when it comes to anybody
product,
else.
Correct?
BYU product. Yep.
So he'll right all the wrongs from Zach Wilson.
And any other team, don't really know how it's going to go. So we'll have to reflect on it for next episode. But let's end this episode with Olympic flag football.
Yeah, so Olympic flag football. So obviously it's been kind of a big debate now. I think Jason Kelsey also formally announced that he will not participate in the 2028 Olympic flag football Olympics. But Travis Hunter announced his Olympic flag football team. He did offense and defense. I'll quickly say defense, but it's the offense that we're more so concerned about here. He's got Mahomes, Bijan, Travis Hunter himself at receiver, Tyreek, Kyle Pitts. That's his offense. For his defense, Surtain, Ramsey, no Jair Alexander, Minka at safety, himself as the other safety, and Micah Parsons at rusher. But I don't really know flag football rules. I guess it's
last
like
time I checked, it's like
and
5 seconds.
Yeah, I got no idea. I got no idea what the rules are. But
I mean, ideally, if you really want to rusher, because it's just pulling a flag.
Here's speed. Like actually, like Tyreek is rushing.
Yeah, give me Tyreek.
Tyreek is rushing. Like literally. Like if your job is just pull the flag, yeah. Like actually, Tyreek should be the rusher. Literally. Good point. But we're gonna give our Olympic flag football teams, okay? Gonna give ours, and we've agreed for the most part. The first one's a little contentious, but we've agreed that Lamar Jackson, Tyreek, and Justin Jefferson are locks. We've agreed that they are going to be the starters if available, no matter what. You can debate Mahomes, but guys, it's flag football. Speed is essentially the only thing that matters. Okay. And we're going up against DBs that might not have much experience with, forget flag football, any football at all. Like, I have no idea what the worldwide knowledge of football is. So, like, genuinely, we might be going up against like the Italian national soccer team, and there's like, screw it, play football for the week. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen. But we've agreed Lamar, Tyreek, Jettas, and Locke. So here are the rest. Got one running back, one wide receiver, and a tight end to go along with it.
And a coach.
Good point. And a coach. My coach, definitely not a troll pick. Definitely not. Okay. Christian McCaffrey. Waddle as that third receiver. and Kyle Pitts at tight end. I was going to say Kelsey. I'm not picking a Chief. No, speed kills here, okay? But, and my head coach, Mike Vrabel, and I only picked him because I know that he would never consider it for a heartbeat. I know Vrabel would never consider being the Olympic coach, so that's why I picked him.
Okay. I got to switch some stuff up now. I let you go first. My mistake. Okay. You took my player. Took my players. This technically is not supposed to be
play your or play yours.
Play yours. This is
not
not
supposed. Put a finger up for that one.
This is not supposed to be a draft. But I don't want to have the same answers as you. We're not going to do that. Yeah. Before this, Grant told me he was going to take Travis Kelce. So I had Kyle Pitts. Yeah, you took Kyle Pitts. So you know what? I'm still gonna keep Kyle Pitts in there. But I'm gonna do some other different stuff. Okay. Here are my running back, wide receiver, tight end, and coach.
Might take Brock Bowers. I'd accept that, but
speed though.
Well, Brock Bowers runs jet sweeps for Georgia. I know he's hurt now, but
true.
I don't know another tight end who is trusted to run jet sweeps for the #1 team in the country.
True. All right, here's my team though. Running back, Tajay Spears. Wide receiver, Marquise Brown. Tight end, Kyle Pitts. And head coach, Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, that's the correct answer there at the head coach spot. That is the correct answer there. That Hollywood pick. Okay. I like that, Hollywood. We do need some show business out there. You are correct there. So yeah, actually Hollywood, I'm with that. Some other names though that I was thinking, Jamar, of course, but
Stephon
Diggs too.
DK.
DK at receiver. Now I know it's flag football, like it is speed which kills, but still, just on deep fade routes, DK is what, 6'4". So yeah. There is a little physicality involved there on the outside. Garrett, bit of a homer pick if I said that. If we really want to go out there, Stroud, Garrett, Olave, and JSN. Marv off the bench. But yeah, no, Marv at tight end. The hell am I saying? But yeah. That'd be the full homer draft right there. And Urban as head coach.
Mike McDaniel better be the head coach. Yes, though. Letting that offensive scheme just absolutely oh my god. The other coaches wouldn't know what hit them.
Everett, what is going to be going through Italian DB's mind when they see the quick Tyreek motion? They're gonna be like, "What the fuck? That's wizardry! What the hell?"
Harry Maguire's just standing opposite to him. He's like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
We got a little bit of time, so I was thinking of an all-time Olympic flag football team. Michael Vick's the quarterback, correct? We don't even need to go further, correct?
Yeah, and he played in the American Flag Football League post-retirement.
Oh my God, I actually forgot about that. Wait, he has the most experience out of anyone there. So
Michael Vick, quarterback, Randy Moss at wide receiver.
Of course. Tyreek is still there too.
Tyreek is still there, and Calvin Johnson?
Well, I was saying everything else is now like running back. I was thinking Chris Johnson for the speed. I was thinking Chris Johnson, but like I will accept so many answers there. You could say Barry Sanders.
Tree Archer.
If it's Madden Mobile +2 speed boost Tree Archer, then yes. But I was saying like running back. There's so many routes you could go. I'll take McCaffrey there. I'll take Kamara
Prime
there.
Adrian Peterson.
100%. Yes. Like there are so many options at running back. Like I actually feel like we can't go wrong at running back. Like
still taking Mike McDaniel for head coach.
Yes. But for running back, it could be anyone. I might go Parcells or Walsh though. I might go one of those guys.
Offensive
Whoever at
Mike
Montana.
McDaniel.
Was it wait, I'm gonna get this right. No, not gonna get that one right. Never mind.
Okay.
For that all time though, it's a little bit. You gotta think twice. There.
Yeah, my nose is leaking though, so I'm gonna end this here.
Okay. I will just say though, Gronk. I think Gronk would actually be awful in flag football. He would get penalized for unnecessary roughness every single play.
Yeah.
he would get targeting even though there's no like hitting. Like he'd get ejected.
Hey, can we get the
oh my god, targeting needs to be in flag football.
Can we get the surprise random Braxton Berrios pick at wide receiver?
I think that'd be a well-deserved spot. I think that'd be a well-deserved place for him.
Fast guy though.
Smart guy too. Hard worker.
Yeah. All right. With the thing, thank you guys so much for watching. Listening, raise 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, and on Twitter at WaterboyPod. Make sure to follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett6 and at WaterboyGrant. We post new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube and all podcast platforms. You don't want to miss those. Make sure to turn notifications on YouTube so you don't miss anything that we upload. Post new TikToks every Tuesday to Sunday unless Grant misses it on Sunday, in which case we post on Monday.
That's the one day most likely to get missed. Saturday uploads can be a little inconsistent too.
We post new graphics on Instagram 2 times a week. Don't miss that. So make sure to follow us there. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.